We're live from the headquarters of Rome Flooring in Ottawa, National Capital, Canada. And good morning, bonjour, and welcome to Joe Saka Sport Talk, episode number 9. And welcome to the beautiful game. Game of soccer, culture, football, one world, one game. And the only sport that we can call 5 different names. That's why it's the most popular and most followed sport in the world. And we start with the Italian anthem because we have a breaking news from Italy. Inter Milan is being in shock. There's a big news this week. Is deficit 245 million, 0.6 million euros. And the Chinese owners, they just announced that the team is in the deficit, and they blame the COVID-19 coronavirus and no attendance in the stadium also. But I think, my opinion, I think is the management. As you know, every owner, they want to make more money. So what they do, they doctor their books, they show the deficit, And also, I wanted to let you know, Inter Milan, they sold two of the best players this year, and they make over 150 million of profit. So they acquire some more, but that's what it is. It's one of those things that people always try to make more money. Another big news in Italy. I don't know if you know, but there is almost 8 to 9 teams. They are about 8 to 9. They're being owned by foreign investment, foreign corporation. And about 5 or 6 of them from the United States of America. They own all the best teams in Italy, and also we have a Canadian Saputo Cheese Corporation. They own Bologna also, Bologna soccer team. So as you know, times are changing in the world of soccer in Italy. And this is very important to know that same thing happened in England in 2010. A lot of the foreign investment came into England, the Premier Division there, and they bought the Manchester United. There was some Arabs from the Middle East. They bought Manchester Cities and many famous team from the Premier League in England. So now the same thing is happening in Italy. So, and that's what it is. So we have to maybe for the best, because according to the experts in soccer, they said most of the stadiums in Italy there, since in Italy 90, when the World Cup was 1990, they restructured all the stadium. But now after 30 years, all the stadiums, they come in, they're very in bad structure. They're not very in good stage. They're not a very good condition. So that's good that the foreign investment came in, so they can started doing a new stadium like the Juventus Stadium, which is one of the best in Italy. It's a private money there. The Agnelli Group there, the Fiat and Castle Corporation owns the Juventus Group, and that's what it is. It's one of those things. It's very important. It's very important. We own the Agnelli Group. They did the right thing, so all the stadium had to be up to date. So this is very important. And now let's now to the start of the Champion League. And this are the results. This week was a Champion League week, and we have Juventus 2 games and 2 wins. Back in form, they beat the best, one of the best team in the champion, Chelsea, with the superstar Caluco, and he's one of the best player right now from Belgium. And they beat 1-0 with superstar Chiesa. You remember Chiesa in the Euro Cup, one of the best players in the Euro, and he scored the winning goal. And now they are 6 points on their group with 2 wins. And that's what, the Juventus are doing really well without the superstar, Cristiano Ronaldo that went to the Manchester City. And we have 4 teams in the champion, as you know, Italian teams. The Atalanta, Milan, Inter, and Juventus. And Atalanta, they beat the Young Boys and lead their group with 4 points. And Inter lost, and they lost one. They tie one so far, and they are 1 point in their group, so they're not doing too well. And then we have AC Milan, which disasters 0 point in their group. They're not doing too well. They're having bad luck. They're winning all the time, 1 or 2-0. At the end of the game, they have a bad luck. The last 3-4 minutes at the end, they're bound to lose. The first 2 games. So I hope they're doing better the next. Otherwise, they'll be out. And then we have the same with Barcelona, 0 point. Barcelona after Messi moved to Paris Saint-Germain, the big superstar. 6 ball golden ball, and he's one of the best players in the planet right now. So Barcelona is doing very bad also. And after the champion league, we're going to Serie A. Serie A, we have today, Saturday and Sunday. There's about 6 games, and playing. And so far, we have the standing of the Serie A. After this is a 7th game this weekend. And Napoli leads with 18 points. AC Milan follow with 16 points. So they're doing really well in the Serie A and the championship, but they're not doing well in the champion. Inter Milan, the same thing. There's 14 points, and Roma and Fiorentina, they follow with 12 points. So this is all the standing at this moment before today and tomorrow games, okay? And this, this is very important to know, that like I mentioned to you, the last 2-3 program that I'm doing, and I'm still taking Napoli to win the whole Scudetto 2022 championship. So they're doing really well. They have new players, and the owner, De Laurentiis, they spent a lot of money this year. They brought a few new players. They're doing really, really well. And the one to watch are today and tomorrow games. The Torino Juventus is the derby of the derbs of Torino. Torino is from Turin and Juventus from Turin, so they have the derby every year, twice a year. And the Torino this year with the new coach, they're doing a lot better. So they're going to give a hard time to Juventus. They started very, very bad, but now the last 2 games, they won the last 2 games, and they're in good stage. They have a bit 9 points right now. And then we have the other match over the weekend we call Fiorentina-Napoli. Torino Juventus, I'm going to take this draw. I'd be a 1-1 for Torino Juventus. That's my predictions. And then we have a Fiorentina-Napoli. Fiorentina-Napoli is going to be Fiorentina doing really well this year. As you know, the owner of Fiorentina is Rocco Commisso from New York City. He bought Fiorentina last year and in the last 2 years actually, and then they didn't do too well the last 2 years, but this year they have a new player from the Croatia and Yugoslavia countries, and they're doing a lot better. So there'll be a 1-1 tie for Fiorentina and Napoli today. And then we have Atalanta AC Milan. The two powerhouses right now in the campionato there. So in the season, so far they're doing really well, both of them. And I'll take AC Milan to win this one, 1-0. And this is my prediction for the Serie A in Italy. And now we'll go to the Major League around the world. The Major League around the world, and we start with the English Premier. The leaders in the English Premiers, we have a new leader. New understanding would be with 14 points, Liverpool. As you know, Liverpool won 2 years ago the Premier. And last year they didn't do too well because Chelsea won the last year. But 2 years ago they were the best team. They're coming up now with 14 points. They're leading the Premier League. And then we have Manchester City and Chelsea, and in Manchester United and Everton and Brighton are all at 13 points. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different teams at 13 points on the Premier League in England. And now we have Spain. We go into Spain, La Liga. And the standing on the La Liga is on top of Real Madrid. Only 1 point stand on the top with 17 points. And as you know, Mr. Ancelotti, the Italian coaches Real Madrid. And then we have Real Sociedad at 16 points. And then we have Sevilla and Atletico Madrid 14 points. And Barcelona is in the middle of the division with 12 points. So this is about the Spain La Liga. And then we have in France, we go into France, Liga number 1. They call the Liga number 1, and this is at the standing, domination of Paris Saint-Germain with after 8 games, 8 wins. They got 24 points. The first time ever happened in the French championship that one team dominated the first 8 games with 8 wins with 24 points. It never happened before. And then we have the Lens at 18 points and Marseille at 14 points. So this is about the Viva la France. And then we have Germany, the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga and the leaders are the Bayern Munich. They've been winning almost every year with 16 points. And then it follows Leverkusen and Wolfsburg at 13 points. And that's about the German league. And then we go into the United States of America. Like I said to all my friends from the United States, be proud to be American, but also be mighty proud to be Italian. Then hopefully we can go back to see my friend in the United States of America. And at this point I wanted to mention my friend, the Professore Franco Ricci, for the beautiful scarf that he bought me from Italy here. And thank you, Professore Ricci, and I appreciate it. And now, the USL, MLS, this year New England dominated this year MLS. I don't know if you guys follow the MLS. There's about now it's 25 to 28 teams playing, and the New England every year they comes very close, and this year they dominate in the whole MLS, this year. And now we go to the Canada teams. As you know, we have 3 Canada teams. Montreal is the only team that battled for the last position of the playoff this year. You know, Montreal Impact, as you know, the Saputo family owns Montreal Impact, and they were doing really well. They lost the last two games, I think. They went down to these 8 teams make the playoff. Right now, they're the 9th team. It's 1 point off the playoff. So, and there is about 3 games left of the MLS season this year. And then we have the Vancouver and Toronto. They both doing very bad this year. They're off the playoff for this year, 2021. Hopefully they do a lot better in 2022. As you know, Toronto FC, Federation Soccer in Toronto, the FC, they won 4 years ago. The whole MLS, they was the one of the best team in those days, with Sebastian Giovinco, one of the superstars. They played Juventus for many years, and he moved to Toronto. And after 4 years, he won the MLS. He was the MVP player of the year that year, and they won the whole thing, you know. So this is very nice to see that some of the best players from Italy, they come and play in Toronto. As you know, Toronto, there's a big Italian population, big Italian residents over there. There are over 1 million people, you know, Canadian Italian, Italian Canadians. As I say, there's four different people, you know, the Italians, we call Italians. There is the Italians, they came from as an immigrant, and then we have the Italian Canadians, and then when our kids, the grandkids were born, we have a Canadian Italians, you know. Canadian Italians, now after 4 generations, that we call all Canadian, but we also be mighty proud to be where we come from, where our parents come from, where our grandparents came from, that they made us proud all those years. So, Viva Italia, Viva Canada, and Viva all the Italians all over the world. Thank you. And now we go to other sports. NFL, the National Football League. The superstar Tom Brady, 7-time Super Bowl champion, coming back in Boston, New England Patriot on Sunday at 4 o'clock. No miss this game, because the first time is gonna be that Brady is gonna go to the old team. They won the 6th Super Bowl together, so the fans are very excited to see their hero once again. And I will I'll make a predictions here. Tampa Buccaneers will take the score was going to be 24-17 for Tampa, and I'll take Tampa to win tomorrow game at 4 o'clock. Don't forget. And now we go to Canadian Football League, CFL. The Ottawa Red Black, finally they won the second game. After 7 games, they won the first one, and they won on Thursday. My son Vince was there, and there was a nice game. They end up, the score was 24-14 for the Ottawa Red Black. Nice to see a local team winning here. As you know, we are the capital of Canada. The beautiful capital of Canada, like I mentioned before, it looks like Venice. We have a big canal, then we have beautiful parliament. We have the province of Quebec just over the river, you know, which is a beautiful place to live. And they nominated this week, you know, the 10 best team with COVID-19, the 10 best city to live in the world. So we're number 10. The United States, they're number 48. It's just that tells the difference between we share the same continent, but Canada, we have a bigger territory. we have what they call us one of the best places to live at this moment. As you see, the difference between the populations very huge. The difference, we have 350 million in the United States of America, and there's 35 millions in Canada. So there's a little bit of difference of populations. Just a little bit of information, politics information here. And now, to end the sport, after this beautiful news, it's nice to see nice news for me, especially, and my family. We have a football player in our family. His name is Joseph Kama, named after me, and he plays with Nepean Broncos. I went to see him last night, and they had a beautiful game, and the score was 35-14. And he plays with the Nepean Broncos, the under 18 school program they have. He's only 16, Joseph, and I'm so proud of him. And he's my grandson. So far, they won 4 wins and none lost. Good luck to you, Joseph. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful season now. And when this, I want to close this episode number 9 with the Joe Soccer Youth Coach Handbook. To give it to your children's in any sport. It has to be soccer. Any sport can be good to this handbook that I gonna read it to you a few highlights, okay? And here it is. In number 1, I always say have fun. It's very important. If you are having fun, the players are surely going to have smiles in their face, which is very, very good. Number 2, be organized. Before you go to the game, make sure you organize. And practice plan before practice started. And this way you get ready for the game. And number 3, keep it simple and exciting. It's very important to keep it simple. The more simple, the better it is sometimes. If you try too hard, you won't succeed as much. And number 4, develop a team to-do list, which is very important. Get ready for the program, for the game that you're playing. And number 5, coach commandments. Before the season begins, communicate it to the player and parents. And that's number 5. I'm gonna read the rest next program. And my producer here I have it today is my grandson Domenico. I thank you for putting this podcast together. And I concludiamo this. We end the Joe Soccer Talk, e non dimenticare nella vita dobbiamo amare, sognare e vivere, to love, to dream, until we hear again. Fino alla prossima, vogliamoci bene, assai assai, ciao, arrivederci, and good luck and good weekend, ciao.